Hey, what's up? Welcome to part 2 of my VHS movie collection. Let's show off some more ones that I didn't show off last time. Let's jump right to this rack over here. I got some Warner Brothers clamshells here. Nothing too crazy, but you know, these are the ones I held on to. Some good ones here. Cujo, love that movie. Razorback, that's a good flick right there. Love at First Bite. I actually haven't watched this one yet. So I'm assuming you watched the first video. If not, go back, watch that video. I'll link it below. And then come back to this one, watch this one. And then after this one, go back, watch that one again. Then watch this one. Watch each video about 7 times each. Okay, so here's some Thorn EMI HBO videos right here. The Terminator, some goofball bought this for like $10,000, but the brand new sealed copy, obviously this isn't brand new, this is only like a $20 copy, but yeah, to pay that much for a VHS is silly. Here it is though, great flick, one of my favorites. This was a little disappointing. It has John Candy and Tom Hanks, and for two, actors of that caliber, it just wasn't that great. These are good though, heck yeah. Also keep in mind, most of these are thrift store scores picked up for $1 or less. This one, Amazon's. Love movies like this. So over the top. Heck yeah. Poltergeist classic. Year of the Dragon, that's good. Diner classic. There you go. Oh yeah. And here we have the best Chuck Norris movie, Invasion USA. This is so awesome. I can't stress that enough. Go and watch this movie right here. And Rappin's okay. A better movie from around that era is called Beat Street. We got Friday the 13th, 1 through 8, but am missing part 4. I was just never able to find that one in the wild. Some of these are very good condition. Like this one, I was so happy when I found that. Looks like almost brand new. Sweet. Same with this one. Got some big box VHS here. These are very hard to find in the wild, so obviously I don't have many. This movie is good, cheesy fun. 3 for the Road. This was kind of just disappointing. It has a good cast: Charlie Sheen, Cary Green from the Goonies, who's not really in that many movies, and Alan Ruck. It just was kind of boring. This movie's interesting. This title isn't really grammatically correct. My Name is Nobody. Does that make sense? But yeah, it's like clear, strange, nice. Got these right here. Revenge of the Ninja. This is one of the best ninja movies ever. Highly recommend that one. Lair of the White Worm. This is a very good British horror movie. Highly recommend this too. Seed People. That was good for what it is. Got some former rentals here. Cohen and Tate. That's an underrated action movie. That's like really gritty. That's good. Wavelength. Deadly Weapon. I remember liking this one. Bad Dreams. This is kind of like a Nightmare on Elm Street, but like takes itself more seriously. It's about dreams and stuff, and I do recommend that one. Master's Revenge. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. This is horrible. And The Master's Ninja. I didn't watch this one. This one, Master's Revenge. It's basically if you gave a little kid a camera and said, "Here, make an action movie," and it's just like all done in like one take. It's very bad. Gummo here. I love this movie. I bought this at Best Buy in the early 2000s, brand new, and it's a good time. This is actually like pretty high in demand, so this is quite valuable, but I would never sell it. Garbage Pail Kids. I bought this in a box lot at an auction. I paid $10, and I got like this in like Texas Chainsaw Massacre Wizard video and like a whole bunch of other cool stuff. And I sold the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I definitely had to keep this one. This is one of my favorite so bad it's good movies. It's horrible in like the best possible way. Oh yeah. Happiness. This is a crazy movie. Todd Solondz is just like such a weirdo. I love his movies. Some are better than others, but yeah, Happiness. This one is really good. NoFX, 10 Years of Freaking Up. What's funny is now, like, they've been around for, like, almost 40 years, but at this point, it was 10 years they were together, and I've watched this probably, like, 20 times. Great movie right there. This is one of the better, more underrated Van Damme movies, I believe. Nowhere to Run. I like this one. Stuart Saves His Family. Very dumb, but there is some enjoyment to get out of that. Short Time for a While. This wasn't on DVD, and it might not still be. I'm not really sure. But this is a great Dabney Coleman movie. and he thinks he's gonna die, so like he does everything he can to like die in the line of duty as a police officer, so his family gets the insurance. There's a really good car chase in that. Sidekicks, good old 90s cheese right there. Jonathan Brandis, he worships Chuck Norris. Don't we all? And this is the movie. Class act, I like this. This might be better than House Party movies. I'm not exactly sure. It's better than House Party 2, that's for sure. And heavy metal classic. Heart Beeps. A lot of people think this is a terrible movie. I think it's charming. You have Andy Kaufman as a robot, and I just think it's funny. Dudes, the director of Wayne's World used to do more like punk rock movies and some documentaries even. And this is one of her like more punk movies, and it's good, dudes. Frailty. This is kind of somewhat obscure movie with Bill Paxton, directed by Bill Paxton, like a psychological thriller. I recommend this one. Dawn of the Dead, I have a couple of these, and yeah, love this movie right here. $9.98. I bought this at a place called Music Magic. I guess they charged a little bit more than the usual $6 because it's a double tape, even though the second tape is kind of pointless. They just show trailers from different countries over and over and over, but they're basically the same exact trailer, so not really necessary. I'm a big fan of this movie, Welcome to the Dollhouse. Classic right there, another Todd Solondz movie. If I'm even pronouncing that right, I could be butchering it. Bottle Rocket. Oh yeah. I feel not many people know about this movie, and I enjoyed myself with a sand trap. This guy's wife, like, tortures him in the desert, and it's good, yeah. Here's some Delta Forces. Another not really that well-known movie, Dangerous Company, has a Major Video sticker on there. I used to rent movies at Major Video all the time. I also used to rent here, Douglas Drug. We got these over here, Milo and Otis. This is the best movie when you're a little kid. Like, it doesn't get better than this. Moving Violations, that's pretty funny. I like Bill Murray's brother in there, who's not really in that many movies. John Murray, he actually looks a lot like Bill. This is really good. There's a monkey's paw segment in this that's like really good. One of the best anthology segments ever. Right behind The Raft on Creepshow 2. So overall, not the best anthology movie, but it does have some really good parts to it. This is from the 70s, Tales from the Crypt. This is halfway decent. This is a pretty decent kids movie. You know, not on the level of like The Goonies or anything, but still not bad. Not bad. Skateboarding. CKY. Used to watch this a lot. Got these right here, Magnolia. Now, when Magnolia came out, that was around the time when I started appreciating movies more. Like, oh, movies can be like art. They're not just like explosions and stuff. So I started watching more movies like this, and movies were coming out like a little bit before this, like Fight Club and American Beauty. And I think those movies are great. But now I feel that like artsy movies are way more pretentious, and I kind of don't like artsy movies as much, like modern ones. I think the ones from like 20 years ago are better. If you agree with me, let me know. Metallica, Cliff 'Em All. Yeah. Oh yeah. Screener of Don't Tell Mom, The Babysitter's Judge Dredd. Masters of the Universe. I actually saw this in the theater. One of the first movies I saw in the theater. It was at a friend's birthday. Heck yeah. Up the Creek. Yeah, Swamp Thing. Classic. Angel Heart. This movie is pretty hardcore. Yeah. Jack Speck. I had some fun with that. The Fly, obviously, that's a good one. I actually think some of the Children of the Corn movies, the sequels, are halfway decent. They're like trash, but they're entertaining. And they have some good special effects. I remember 2 and 3 had like pretty good special effects. Dutch is a great movie. For a while, this wasn't on DVD, and you could only watch it on VHS, so it was kind of hard to come by. Great time right there. The Unholy, I'm not sure if I watched this. National Lampoon's Last Resort screening copy. This is when the Coreys were really like just off the deep end, putting out not great movies. Yeah, Just Visiting. This was a good time, and this apparently is a remake of a movie that I've never seen. But yeah, this is good. The Jerk, obviously a classic. I feel this doesn't get talked about too much anymore. CB4, the movie with Chris Rock. Meatballs 3. Meatballs 2, Meatballs 1. Meatballs 3, I feel, is underrated gem. It's obviously corny, but I enjoy it. And the plot is so over the top. An adult actress dies, and before she can get into heaven, she has to get this kid laid. And the kid is played by Patrick Dempsey. And it is a good time. The most famous scene in Meatballs 2 is an alien gets high. And Meatballs 1 is just like an actual movie and actually good, where these are just kind of, so bad they're good. The Boys Next Door, this is good. The Wizard, one of my favorite masterminds, kind of underrated. Got these right here, Deep Star 6. Yeah. The Offspring, Americana. Now, The Offspring kind of got obnoxious, but I feel this is before they were obnoxious. This is basically like they play music to like people doing extreme sports. And there's some like, prank stuff and whatnot. Ace Ventura, I've watched this so many times. The Walking Dead, but not The Walking Dead you're thinking of. It was also a Vietnam movie. I've watched this so many times too. Wayne's World, got this at McDonald's. You would buy like a sandwich and then you could buy a tape for like $5 or $6 and probably watch this. People exaggerate. I've watched that movie 2,000 times. Honestly though, 30 times at least. We can say 30 times for sure. The Bounty Hunter. This is a good, just low budget action movie. Here's Steven Seagal doing his thing with his karate kicks and chops and whatnot. And here we have Breakdown, a very, very underrated movie with Kurt Russell. This is just like a perfect like action thriller. Highly recommend that. Fire and Ice, that's fun. Out Cold. That's kind of fun for what it is. I feel they don't make movies like this. This is kind of like an early 2000 version of like an 80s ski movie, but with snowboarding. And that's pretty good right there. This is pretty obscure. On the Air Live with Captain Midnight. Ooh, classic 80s skateboarding here. Gleaming the Cube. The story takes itself a little bit too serious in this. It's about his brother who is murdered, and that's a little heavy for a skateboard movie. Also, what's funny is Rodney Mullen is the stunt double for Christian Slater in certain scenes. And it's just weird, like, oh, Christian Slater's character is the best skateboarder ever. He's doing, like, these flatland tricks that, like, no, there's no way his character can do that. He also has, like, a different skateboard. Like, his skateboard just changes. But besides that, yeah, classic right there. Sonatine, I do love me some Quentin Tarantino. So he put this out on his label, and it's a good time. That guy right there, his name is Beat Takashi. Yeah, Salvador, that's good. The Stand, I'm reading the book. It's taking a really long time. I've been reading it for like 2 months, on and off, just 10 pages a day or so. And it's going to take a long time to finish, but when I do, I'm going to rewatch this. Classic right there, Problem Child. Vigilante, this is exactly what I want to find when I go into a thrift store, just like a movie like that. Love me some exploitation movies, yeah. Brain Candy. I used to not like this, and it's grown on me. It's actually really funny. Another State of Mind. It's a documentary mostly about social distortion, but some other punk bands as well. Another Roddy Piper movie, this time with Billy Blanks. People Under the Stairs. Future Sport. This is another so bad it's good cheesy movie. I had a lot of fun with this one. These are good right here. Neon City, a good sci-fi movie right there. Innocent Blood, not many people talk about this one, it seems. A vampire movie by Jonathan Landis there. Yeah, good times. These are good as well. And these two right here, I used to rent these from the North Providence Library all the time. Nice. So that just about does it for this video. I do have one more thing I want to show off, but before I do that, please like and subscribe. That helps my channel. I would appreciate that. You can also check out my Patreon. That'll be linked below, and I do post bonus videos and movie reviews and stuff like that. But okay, here's the last thing. If you're going to watch VHS tapes, you need a CRT TV, and we have the stand right here, and this is pretty cool. It has like a hidden compartment. And that's where you can keep your extra movies. You can keep your naughty movies in there. No one will know. This one's naughty. A sealed Ninja Turtles. I had the one with the Pizza Hut sticker, but I sold that off. Yeah. So we have like the Halloween ones and got a whole collection of Night of the Living Dead. Oh, yeah. What's funny is this one just like spoils the movie. I'm assuming everyone's seen it. It's like 50 years old at this point, so, you know, no spoiler alert there. This one's a documentary. And it's green, baby. Also got these down here, the Psycho movies. And then you were probably wondering, where the heck are the Home Alones? There they are. Okay, thanks for watching. Peace!